Margaret turned over and listened to the rain lashing the windows. She shivered and pulled the duvet round her ears to drown out the sound. But the duvet couldn't drown the roar of the wind. Margaret thought of the horse chestnut trees between her house and the neighbours next door. She thought of the elm tree at the bottom of the garden of the river. With all this rain, the water level must be rising, she thought. If the river water is swirling against the river banks, perhaps they were being washed away. And if the earth is washed away, then perhaps the elm tree roots will be loosened as well, and then the elm tree... Margaret turned over and accidentally hit George, asleep beside her. He grunted and flung out an arm, hitting Margaret painfully on the nose, and then sank back into sleep. Margaret turned on her bedside light to see if her nose was actually bleeding. It wasn't, but it was throbbing. She turned off the light and lay down again. The wind roared and whistled round the corners of the house. Wuthering Heights, thought Margaret. Perhaps if I listen carefully, someone will shout, "Cathy! Cathy!" Perhaps if I went away, George would rush up and down Mott Crescent calling, "Margaret! Margaret!" George began a slow, rumbling snore. Perhaps not, thought Margaret. Perhaps not, and really, I'm relieved he wouldn't do that. What would Frida Nelson across the road say if George behaved like that? When the crash came, Margaret was halfway across the bedroom floor in seconds. Peering out of the window, she could see nothing, and when she opened it, she got an eyeful of water. Should I go down, put a coat on, and investigate? She wondered. Can I hear water coming through? I'll concentrate on listening. George said, "Your tea is getting cold, Margaret." And she woke, startled. "It's been a wild night," he went on conversationally. "I don't know how you slept through it. I didn't sleep a wink."